Welcome to part 28 of Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. Last part, we started chapter 5. And, ironically enough, we're halfway through. No, I'm not kidding! This part is basically going to lead up to the end of chapter 5. It's literally a short chapter. It has a lot of cutscenes, and a lot more cutscenes. But it's going to be at least 2 fights. No, actually, let me rephrase that. 3 fights minimum. And I'll discuss that later. Right now, we just got ourselves a plan for Soul Sack Cave, which is both the add enemies and add items plan. So on that note, we're going to give the ore that we just acquired back in part 27 over to Chian. And let's just be honest, folks. I missed a lot of things in Soul Sack Cave, and I'm going to have to go back and get them. But, for the most part, at least, Chian finally got what she needed for her exhibition. So, on that note, Chian can actually be prepared within 3 days. But the Expo is going to be a problem. Let's just be honest with you. Because let's be honest, Avenir pretty much dominated all of last station. And we're going to have to do whatever it takes in those 3 days' time to try to completely crush Avenir in the Expo. I mean, that's the only way we can actually stop Avenir's influence. Chian is taking whatever ores that we got, and it's going to make the Armus much more stronger. Although, now that I stop and think about it, this is a new game plus, so the Armus will be incredibly weak. There would be no point in me equipping that sword. However, if this wasn't New Game Plus, guess what you're gonna be donning? At least it's actually strong, but still. So, now we have ourselves a speechless cutscene, obviously. Afoire is going to show up at Avenir's convention, but more importantly, she may have something to do with Avenir's weapons. And if that's the case, we're going to have to be ready for a throwdown with R4, who right now had got her butt kicked and is reeling from getting her butt kicked back at part 26.
And so, 3 days later... I feel like we could have used the 3 days better.
What are you grumbling about? The ceremony's about to begin.
Wasting 3 days is hard, you know? Like playing games and talking stuff. I'll just assume you're saying that to make me feel better. So this is Last Station's largest technology event.
Pretty huge, isn't it? Last Station still has a lot more to show.
Huh.
What's the matter? Did you find something interesting?
A swag booth. I'm going to take a look.
Was that what you were looking at?
This is the first time I have attended, but this is quite interesting.
Isn't it? I knew you'd appreciate the event.
It may be interesting for me to display my hyper gadget.
Hyper gadget? What's that?
Oh, do you have an interest in it, assistant?
said? Don't call me an assistant.
Don't indulge in the details. The hyper gadgets are my creations.
That wasn't a detail. Anyways, what kind of gadgets did you make?
Let's see. A microwave that will turn both food and humans into gel.
Please don't exhibit that.
How boring. I presume it is safer than what Avenir may show.
Even so, it sounds too deadly as a daily appliance.
Noir? There are no publishers having any games on display?
The theme this time is weaponry, so there's no game exhibit here.
No. That was my only hope of enjoyment here.
We're not here to play around.
Yes, I know, but it is an event, so we might as well enjoy it to its fullest extent.
Heck yeah! I second Vert. Don't butt in, Neptune. Why are you all so relaxed? Now everyone be quiet. It's about to start.
Welcome, and thank you for coming to the Avenir-sponsored Technology Expo.
What's he saying? It isn't Avenir. I'm the sponsor of the event.
Noir, you sound serious. Come on, smile. Your cute looks are going to waste.
Let me be who I am now. It's not like anyone else is looking at me.
And so, we have a special opening ceremony for you all.
An opening ceremony? I wonder what it is. I hope it's a gaming contest.
That may be interesting, but it feels lacking for an opening ceremony.
Oh, then maybe a famous band will come to play.
That sounds likely. Maybe it will be a full orchestra.
I'd love to hear a live chiptune compilation.
Oh, then I want an energy-charged, turquoise-haired, futuristic idol singer.
I sure hope what you girls said is true.
In keeping with the theme, we would like to hold an exhibition match. Of course, we will enter our own weaponry with pride.
What a farce! They're just using it to promote their product.
The opponent, representing our smaller local companies, is Passe.
What?
Hey, Chian, what's going on? We didn't hear anything.
I don't know too. I'm just as confused as you all.
The exhibition match will start in 10 minutes. Both entrants, please prepare.
Prepare for what? There's nothing we can prepare for.
Chian.
They look surprised.
Of course. We prepared the stage. They can't get away now. So, is Avenir's weaponry going to get the job done?
Please do not worry. It is a new version created from all the past battles.
But do not let your guard down.
Most certainly. I have suffered quite a number of times by them. In the name of Lady Whiteheart, I will destroy the goddesses through Avenir.
It's her. What's the matter, Iffy?
Did you find something?
Look over there. Does that person with ganache look familiar?
Huh? You mean the person with the really unhealthy colored skin?
She also has really bad makeup.
With a pointy hat.
She looks like she has a problem with her personality.
Not to mention old.
Afoire!
What's that old lady doing here? I thought she can't move right now.
I think she's planning to use the weaponry since she's too weak right now. So, it was all a setup by Afoire then.
So now we know there's a connection between Afoire and Avenir.
What should we do? Should we run or fight? We can't run! We'll waste all the effort everybody put into the exhibition! But this is obviously a trap.
Yes, we know. But if we turn our backs, the people won't forgive us.
Well then, we better get prepared.
Oh, you're too serious there, Blonde.
What do you mean?
Hey, Chian, we need to prove who's best to get to meet the goddess, right?
Huh? Yeah, that's right.
Well then, Noir, it's best to show who's boss in front of everyone.
Of course! If it's at the event, all the judging would be out in the open and fair.
Then it's simple. We beat up Avenir's machine and showcase Chian's weapon.
Neptune?
Making it sound so simple like always.
Yeah, that's our Nep-Nep.
Still, I do not think it is resolving the source of the problem. Not like we can back out already, so might as well go with the flow. And we just don't need to lose, you get it? Not lose. No problem.
Yes! As long as we win, it should be fine.
It does give us a chance to return the favor, too. Well, I don't mind taking up a lopsided fight.
If Iffy says so, then I'll jump on board too.
Okay then, let's show them whose weapon is boss here.
Thanks, all of you.
Come on, Chian, you worry too much. Oh, where's the weapon?
Here you go.
Who's gonna use it?
I suppose either Neptune or Noir.
Then Neptune, you use it.
Are you sure? With your character, I thought you'd say, I'll take that.
You were the one testing it in the first place. You take it. I'll be judging later anyways. Make sure you stand out, you hear?
Okay, if it's a star you're looking for, look no further than old Nep.
Alright, time for us to get back onto the topic here. And that is, we're going to have to go into an exhibition match, much to our dismay. Oh, and by the way, you remember that lovely, lovely little prerequisite of not being able to use HDD? Well, guess what's happening? Only this time, there's no way to disable it. Ah, boy. I was right when I said this happened in Chapter 5 and is one of the worst bosses. Oh, yeah, by the way, almost forgot this final segment here. If you die, except for a certain fight later, if you die anytime between this and the final boss of Chapter 5, you're gonna have to go through all this all over again because you can't save. Yeah, that is pretty damn bad. And it's like the second time you had to do this. I mean, the first time, at least you got an opportunity to save before going into the boss of Chapter 4. But this? Nope. No saving. Oh yeah, and also one other thing. You're gonna have to grind up your EXE gauge manually. Oh yeah, and by the way, the only reason why you have this screen here is just in case Noir was not in the battle, and even if she is, and more importantly, it was purposely to force you to have Armis on, so you'll be able to fight the bosses that'll be coming up. At least this one, anyway. So, this particular boss, while it had absolutely nothing to do with your transformation, you can't transform.
Show just how strong you really are.
Finally!
I really need to raise my strength up at least. So let's go on ahead and do that. I will have to use a strength booster. There's no reason I should be using any of Neptune's buffs until, well, Mega Dimension Neptunia V2. Because then her buffs works for everyone. But not here. So on that note, let's get rid of Panzer. That's an interesting name for a machine that has absolutely no originality whatsoever. It's pretty much like the self-defense system in the last chapter. You can't use HDD, and you're going to have to rely on luck, and more importantly, you're going to have to rely on elemental attacks. Except he actually's got resistance towards thunder. So yeah, there's that. At least Uni is building up the EXE gauge with the fact that I gave her an EXE disc. So on that note, at least we'll have enough EXE to take this thing down. So yeah, the whole entirety of the chapter is going to be 3 boss fights. Get used to this, folks, because it's not a formula that's going to be stopping anytime soon. So while I'm trying to get my thoughts together and at least chip down this guy's HP, I will be talking about other things. Because this is basically the whole fight. Well, this is one of 2 fights throughout the entirety of the chapter. I wish I was kidding. So, at that regard, we're closing in on the end of Hyperdimension Neptunia. We only got like maybe 3 more chapters left and we're done. So yeah, we're closing in really fast. And to be fair, this would be like a 50 or 60 part playthrough had I actually was on the, I wouldn't say 50 or 60 part, no, this would be like a 300 part playthrough had the limitations on me from last 7 years ago would still be on. That would really suck.
I call this.
So, seeing as how oh yeah, and this is, by the way, Uzume's EXE attack. She's summoning down a hail of Umio who all suicide themselves. Which is, well, hilarious and ridiculous because all of them have that blank stare on their face. But, enough about that. The announcements I have to make are as follows. Seeing as how things are going to be going a little bit hectic, I'm going to try to get these parts in whenever I'm done. Like, whenever I finish with them, I'm going to try to get them to be scheduled. I mean, I'm going to try to stick with scheduling, but if it doesn't work out that way, I'll just upload them the way I can, because now my business and also my job is starting to cut in, because like the client that I'm working for this website is starting to cut in, and the job that I'm working for is starting to go into its busy season, which is the holidays. So I'll try to do as much as I can, and whenever the parts are done and processed and ready, I will try to either schedule them or just upload them whenever I can. I mean, it may be inconsistent, but that's how things are going to be. I mean, I tried to have an inconsistent schedule with, like, Hyperdimension Neptunia showing up at 11 o'clock in the morning, Pokemon showing up 4 in the afternoon, and, Dead or Alive showing up at midnight on a Saturday night. I tried to do that, but the thing is, things don't work out that way. Oh, by the way, this is Uzume's,
I'll do this gracefully.
EXE move, and the only reason why she can break damage limits is because of the fact she has Sherasite.
Let me grace you with my attack.
But things are starting to pick up, and business is starting to pick up, so if
Let me grace you with
my upload schedule starts getting sporadic, that is why.
my turn.
And that's
There.
probably the only thing I need to mention. Oh wait, no, there is another thing. The reviews that I promised this month, I'm working on them, but I'm going to have to try to find a way to cut that in because of the fact that my client is starting to, you know, ask and demand for more stuff. Which, by the way, I was practically waiting on the information from him. There's some things I couldn't really do on my own.
I'll get this started.
And kind of wish that I could keep in contact with him.
Please leave it to me.
But again, I also work
Now then.
at an actual job on the side. So basically speaking,
I'll make you proud.
the only reason why I haven't been productive is because of that. Well, nonetheless, we managed to smoke this
What did you
robot
expect
with,
from me?
once again, Uni and Noir working together. Well, at least we won the first battle, and then the second battle happens. So what's the deal with the first battle? The only thing you had to do was, well, use elemental attacks and just beat it down, just like you did with the boss of the fourth stage. At least you have EXEs. Use them whenever you gain the EXE meter. That's pretty much it. But the next fight, however, well, it won't be as easy as you think. Now, Ganache still thinks that Lady Whiteheart is a pure and loving person. He is correct, except for the pure part. Because of that mouth of hers. And he still can't get over the fact that the very Lady Whiteheart that he loves is the one he's trying to kill. And of course they're leaving our fort out. And, well, what Singe is saying is... Singe pretty much wants to bring out their secret ultimate weapon. Their ultimate weapon may be a bothersome robot. But... with the arrogance of Neptune, she has no idea what's truly in store for her or anyone else. Kinda sucks, really. Because this is one of those times where at least you could take a rest and come back in and heal up. But thankfully the game actually does heal you up to some degree, so it's not too unfair. It's just the fact that what's happening next is going to be beyond BS. And that's basically all I have to say about that. I mean, I'm not trying to prep up anything for it to be, like, miraculous, but that monster that just kicked down the wall not too long ago, even though there's still cutscenes, no, I don't mean still as in, like, there's more. I mean still as in they're not even moving. The robot that just kicked down would be the boss, and, that robot is more than meets the eye, you could say. And it's gonna be goddesses versus the monstrosity that's being sicked upon the entirety of all of Last Station. I really hope we could get rid of this monster. Oh, and by the way, if you see any de-syncing issues, that's because the recording decides to be a bitch. Oh, we'll be just fine. This monster is going to go down real easily because... Uzume? Uni? Oh, no. No! Come on, no! Idea Factory, you had a good thing going! Dear God, Idea Factory, do you have to have one of those bosses? Seriously!
I'll do this gracefully.
I mean, poor Uzume's dead. I mean, she's just down for the count. It's all up to you, Uni. You can do this. And Neptune's down to half too. Oh, shit! Just win this. Win this for the team. You can do it, Neptune. You can... Neptune's dead.
Leave it to me.
Oh, shit. Not only is Neptune's dead, the recording is off sync. And Uni's on her own. Well, and she's dead. Fan-fucking-tastic, Idea Factory.